What's up guys, Cannondale here. I'm gonna be talking about something super exciting for me and I'm pretty much sure for you as well, because Cannondale has launched something super awesome, which is the Scalpel 2017 model. Now Cannondale has been known for packing their bikes with so many awesome features, like, you know, jumping from Cat 10 to Cat 12 because of so many new features on that design. Here we are actually jumping from the cross-country full suspension bike to the X cross-country, like some extra cross-country full suspension bikes. Is there really so many new features that will have a great impact on the rider? I think there are so many features, and I really hope I would put my hand on this Scalpel and try it as soon as possible. So let's just go over some main features of the previous Cannondale. That's the previous Cannondale Scalpel. This is how it looks like. That's the newer one. It's slacker, it's much more racy in terms of the look, for myself at least. And let's just see what the previous one had. When we go for the features, we can see system integration, of course, ballistic carbon construction, of course, zero pivot stays, of course, that's the Scalpel, that's the Cannondale. And the ECS-TC system, that's the system that's creating a super stiff connection with the front triangle and the rear triangle and the swing arm. And now, which one of those systems we have on the newer Scalpel? We have SI, we have ballistic carbon, we have zero pivot stays, but all different. And we don't have this one, we have some new cool feature instead. So, in terms of system integration, Cannondale has just gone so far, making like a whole bike working as a whole system, and I will show you why just in a second. Carbon layup, really cool stuff. Zero pivot stays, that's right, but these will be different seat stays, stronger seat stays, and better working. You will see why just in a second. On the new Scalpel, we have like tons of new features, really, and what Cannondale say here is really all about new Scalpel. That's the cross-country agility meeting all-mountain stability. I'm loving this because cross-country races, those tracks are really becoming more and more extreme, thus calling for super extreme weapon, which is Cannondale 2017 Scalpel. So what we've got here, let's start with the first one. That's the asymmetric integration, first launched on the FSI hardtail by Cannondale, of course. What kind of impact it will have on the rider. Let's just see the previous model of the Scalpel and the new one. As you can see on the previous one, the swing arm here is just symmetrical, thus calling for the asymmetrical rear wheel so that we can fit the cassette in. Now look at this, on the new swing arm of the new Scalpel, we have the asymmetric design. As you can see, those stays here are pushed to the side by 6 millimeters. It's a lot. And because we have asymmetrical swing arm, we can fit here in the symmetrical wheel with symmetrically assembled spokes. So stiffer wheel, more stable bike. That's already one point for more stability on this bike. Another thing is that it's not only the stays that are pushed to the right, it's also the crankset, so that we have a better chain line. And I do recommend that you go for this website. Cannondale puts the link to this website on their website as well. And there are some cool pictures here. That's the asymmetrical swing arm here in the rear. Look how much of the clearance we have here. The size of the length of the chainstay here is like 435 millimeters. By the way, it's is just as much as I have on my killer 26-inch bike, hardtail. Here we have full suspension, 29er, same chainstay length. Really cool thing. 83 millimeters of the bottom bracket here. Super stiff connection. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. What else we've got here on the new Scalpel? Of course, everything now is working with this system integration. We have hologram cranks because the cranks must fit this asymmetric design of the swing arm, and the cranks do the work here. We've got zero pivot flex stays. I'm going to show you them in a second, and we've got out front geometry. What it is, I'm gonna tell you that as well. So short chain stays, that's something that I've told you already. We have still a lot of clearance for the tire, and we can be putting different size of the tires to this bike. They will just fit. So I love it. We have 29 wheels for like larger frame size and 27.5 for the smaller ones, and that's the get out front integration or system. That's our slacker head angle and the offset of our fork here. So they say here that the slack angle and long front center gives wicked stability and control on the descents, while the tight trail measurement from the long rake keeps the handling quick and nimble at slow speeds. Let's look at some nice picture on this website, bikerumor.com. That's it here. We have slacker head angle comparing to the previous Cannondale. It's 69.5, and we have long offset here. And that's the trail here. So the tight trail means that we'll be very quick on switchbacks, but the slacker head angle gives us more stability. And if it wasn't just enough, we have like super short chainstay and a longer wheelbase for stability once more. It is so cool. When we look at the geometry charts here, that's the head tube angle. For the previous Cannondale we have 70.5, 71, 71.2 for the large frame, and here for the new one we have 69.5. It's not a lot, but it is a lot. It means a lot for those who want to be racing and who want to have like really sharp working front end. So that's really cool. Since we're here on the geometry chart, they've been working so much on the geometry. We can see, for example, that the head tube length is same on the different sizes of the frames for the previous Cannondale. And look at the newest one, the newer one. Which one is the head tube angle is G. You can see how it changes over the range of our frame sizes. It's really cool. It calls for different lefties that will fit those head tubes, but it does make a difference. And also the stack and reach size, it's much better for different sizes of these bikes. Cool feature. And of course the wheelbase I've just mentioned. Let's just see for the large one, the wheelbase was like 120.6, and here the large one will have 114.4. So more stability, so you're not gonna be afraid of long jumps and those landings there, but still the front end will allow you for super sharp cornering. I'm really loving it, and there's so many features we could be just talking about for hours. So we have this out front geometry or system, so slacker head angle and the offset of our lefty 2.0, super stiff, super stable. I agree, that's the best fork, cross-country fork, period. That's what they say. It's not all, of course. Can I say there is more? We've got the ballistic carbon layup, and that's the system that comes instead of this ECSTC system. You can just see this one just below. There's a nice video explaining how the system works, like double bearings and more stiffness of the swing arm. But here we've got something super cool that's called lock-arm pivot system. We've got the through axle that's expanding. It's expanding axle that just locks into place on those pivots here, allowing for a super stiff connection. Once more, stability and stiffness of the swing arm. It's really, really cool. I'm so happy to see this one here. And then we have like cable control. You can control how much of the cable would you like to have in the front, what kind of the curves on the cables you would like to have. It will be, of course, compatible with Di2 system, and those holes you are not using, you will just lock them, yeah, as you can see on this picture. Super cool stuff. Another thing, maybe let's just start with less important for me. This Di2 mount, for the Di2 battery mount, will not be fitted into the seat tube, because Cannondale say we have more and more dropper posts in cross-country racing, because riders need them. So we have to leave the space for the dropper post on the seat tube, and let's put this battery mount just in front of the rear shock in the top tube. So it will be just there. It's so cool. It's so smart, and I'm so happy that Cannondale just think about all those things. What can you see on this picture? Yeah, we have we see our Fumik, super cool rider, but here we can see two bottles. So there was no chance to fit another bottle here. So there was only a place for one bottle cage here on the main tube, but on the newer Scalpel we can fit another bottle cage, and we see that on the picture I'm just showing you. Cool stuff. Two bottle cages on the full suspension bike, cross-country bike. Cool. Maybe the most important one, for me at least here, is the flat mount for flex stays. Why is it so? The disc brakes used to be assembled here to the chain stays on this Scalpel. So we needed more material here because of the disc brakes. But this is the stay that is supposed to be flexing, because that's the zero pivot design. Here, no problem, because the brakes are being assembled to the chainstay here, and the seat stays is free from those forces, braking forces, allowing the Cannondale designers to tune up those tubes even better for flexing. Super awesome stuff. All right, so that was it. I think these are the main features I just covered. Of course, this will be also lighter. Carbon bike will be lighter 100 grams, and aluminum 300 grams. This carbon Scalpel frame will weigh around 2100 grams with the shock, with the through axle. Now there is no need of boost system here. We have like 142 by 12 millimeters axle plus asymmetric integration. One or two things more. We've got Scalpel for women now. As you can see on the geometry chart, we have 3 sizes for women. Cool stuff. And the last one is the alloy version. I'm loving it. How much work they just put into it. This is the previous version. This is the newest, just launched Cannondale Scalpel 2017 alloy. Now, what's the difference here? Because this was an alloy construction, alloy construction, we have had this pivot here. So there was no zero pivot system on the alloy version. As you can see, frame is Scalpel 29, 100mm smart formed alloy, BB30 1.5 head tube. That's it. Here on the newest one we can find this cool stuff, pivot, zero pivot seat stay. So what Cannondale have done, they didn't put here a carbon swing arm, they put here the aluminum swing arm that will have the zero pivot design with flexi seat stays, alloy flexi seat stays. That's super cool, because there must have been so much testing just behind it. You know, carbon layup and aluminum is so different, especially when we do want this part to be really flexy because of zero pivot here on the seat stays. They've done it and they give you a lifetime warranty. I have really nothing more to say. I'm just hoping to be testing those bikes very soon. If you've had any chance to ride those bikes, let us know in the comment section. But I don't think that you did have just recently, but maybe some of you guys will just purchase the bike very soon and let us know what you think about them. So thanks for watching. Cool thing. I'm gonna be really looking forward to ride this Cannondale. Bye bye.